Hello everyone, it's now day 2 of Borrowathon and I am currently on my way to go to a birthday party. A double birthday party. So I haven't been reading a whole lot this morning, but I did manage to finish the rest of the Valhalla comics. So I have now read all 3 in that bundle, and I think that the first one was my favorite out of the 3. And now I'm going to be listening a little bit to our dog Dirk while I'm driving to the birthday, and I hope that I'll manage to finish that today. Even though that's not really a borrowed book in that way, it's not from the library, but it is one I stream online, sort of like Netflix. So it's not something I own, so maybe it works. Anyway, this was my update for now. I have to leave. I have to run to my errands before. So see you later. Hi guys, an update. I got a little red today. You can't see it so much here, but can you tell? My shoulders were a little sunburned. Oops. I went to my uncle and cousin's birthday today, and after having our brunch thing, me and all of the my 2 cousins and their cousins and my sister and my brother, we went to play some volleyball, and it was kind of overshaded, like all over, so the sun wasn't directly completely through, but it still gives burns if you don't wear sunblock, and I haven't been wearing sunblock today. I always remember it, but for some reason I didn't do that today, and so I also didn't expect to be out. Look at my neck. Yeah, so it's getting a little itchy, but it's not the worst. I have had worse before. I've also been on a run today. I was inspired because our crown prince was hosting a royal run, which last year I was intending on participating in, but because of things that happened, I was supposed to go with my sister. My sister, who was pregnant, she wasn't able to participate, obviously, and train for it, so I sort of lost interest. But I was inspired, so I went for my own run today, and it was nice. So I hope that I will get out for a run in the coming days too, and hopefully that time I will remember wearing sunblock. Today I didn't. But I haven't read very much. I've read a little bit in Morganville Vampires. I am on page 67, so not really a whole lot. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I forgot to mute it. Anyway, I'm just having some dinner, and then I'll try and get some reading in. It is now 8:30, so chances are that I won't get a lot of reading in before I have to go to bed, but if I can get an hour in or something, that will help. So, see you later. Hello friends, it is now Wednesday. I don't think I updated you yesterday on my reading for Borrowathon, which I feel slightly bad about, but I didn't read very much either. I tried jotting down what I've read so far, and yesterday I only read about 80 pages of Our Dark Duet, or just 80 pages overall, because I only read like 15 pages of The Ship of the Dead. I just listened for that single hour yesterday. That's all I had time to do, because yesterday, also when I got home, I wasn't really feeling like reading. First up, after work yesterday, I went to my sister's, the one who had a baby, I don't know how many times I've been there now, but just to help them out, I shopped did a little grocery shopping for them, and went to see them, but I wasn't staying there for very long. They had a bit of a scare because my nephew, he woke up after a nap, and spit up, but it was so thick that it cluttered, and so he couldn't really breathe properly for almost half an hour, and they were so scared that they had to dial 112, which is like the ambulance, and like so they had people out checking him, and everything was okay, but it was a rough half an hour, and so they were scared also because he hadn't been eating since then. So while I was there, they were really not really themselves. So I just stayed there to make them dinner, and then I left pretty much after that. And when I get home, I wasn't really in the mood to read anything, and luckily there's nothing wrong with my nephew, so everything is in order. But it was a bit of a scare for them, and I didn't know it. I had never heard of that happening, so I didn't also know what to do about it. But today I have also only been listening to my audio, but I have been listening a little more than I've done the previous days. I have managed to get through a third of the way through The Ship of the Dead by Rick Riordan. So yeah, it goes pretty fast. I'm not super enjoying it. It's okay, but it's not like the best thing. I think my biggest issues with this so far is that even like we're 3 books in, but I don't have a really good sense of the side characters. They're pretty forgettable, and that's what I haven't. What I find a little odd about this one, because in the other series, like in The Heroes of Olympus, which I read, and I've really enjoyed the side characters a lot. I mean, I know that they also had their own point of view, so maybe that's why. But also in Percy Jackson, I feel like the side characters were really interesting, like Grover and Tyson and Annabeth to some extent. I'm not a big Annabeth fan like a lot of other people are, but I still think that you got a better sense of the side characters in those 2 first series than I've done in both Trials of Apollo and Magnus Chase. However, I like Magnus Chase for the Norse mythology, even if I don't feel like the mythology aspect is as well explored as it is in, like, for instance, the graphic novels I've just been reading. But it's still pretty funny, and I like Magnus as the main character. But yeah, I just started exporting my Bout of Books vlog and wrap-up thing. It took me almost 1.5 hours to edit it. I think 2 hours actually to edit it, and I've had dinner. I had dinner before I started the final editing, but it's now 9. But I was thinking of starting Waking Gods now, because it's expiring from my Overdrive account in 3 days. So I'd like to get a start on it and see how fast it reached, and determine my reading then. I'm thinking I'll be listening to this for like an hour and see how that goes, and maybe I'll pick up a graphic novel after that. Either that, or maybe I should dig into Song of Achilles, because it's still sitting here looking at me. And I haven't read anything in Capicopus today, and also not yesterday. I'm still at 67 pages, and I mean, it's okay, and things are definitely started to happen. It's just a slower start than they usually are, and I think I'm just overwhelmed with all of the books that I feel like I have to read. And yeah, so maybe I should read this dreaded book that I know would end up making me cry, and then get it over with, get it out of the way, and start focusing on those things that I can finish. I want to read Breaking Guards, and I sort of also want to read Moving Pictures, because that expires in 8 days. I mean, it's not like 5 days, 5 or 8 days. I forgot how many days I have. So I also have to read that pretty soon. So I could just as well start that when I've finished Waking Gods. So those are the 2 books that I'm primarily going to be working on, as well as the Magnus Chase book. Hopefully I will get through Magnus Chase over the next few days, so that I don't have to think about that over the weekend. But I only have Thursday, tomorrow, and Friday, so I don't know. We'll see. Depends a lot on how much listening I'll get in tomorrow. I still have so many things that I'm behind on at work after the long weekends we've had, and all of the things that's cluttered over the weekends. And also because last week on Thursday and Friday I had to help in the production, and that just piles things up for me even more. So yeah, hopefully I'll get through parts of that tomorrow. And but yeah, I know that I'm going to be partly on my own for some part of the day. It's a mess. Yeah. But I'm gonna get reading now. This was a longer update than I anticipated, but yeah, I'll get started with my reading. Hi guys, it's now Thursday evening at 10:15 p.m. I just went to bed because I'm really tired. Hopefully I'll get some sleep. Today I have listened to more of Ship of the Dead. I am now about 60% through it, so 2/3 of the way through Magnus Chase and the Ship of the Dead, and it is better now than it was yesterday when I was updating you. I still think that some of the characters are a little bland. I think that it's great that he has diversity in the form of there's a Muslim character and as a gender fluid character and all of that, but the characters are still not really fleshed out, the side characters. There's not enough attention of developing them. But I get that this is a children's novel, so it's more plot focused than it's character focused, because children need to be entertained and all of that. But I just compared it to Heroes of Olympus and Percy Jackson, and there are some things that could have been better. Otherwise, I've listened to another hour or so of Waking Gods today, and it means that I'm about halfway with that, and it's actually, I think this is better than the first one so far, just at least for the fact that I think that I feel like I have a better sense of the characters this time around, and that helps a lot with the book. That's one of my main issues with the first one, that the characters felt a little bit flat and detached, but I think it's because of the format that I had an issue before. I listened to the audio last time as well as I was reading it at the same time, and I was also sick at the time of reading it, so they all may have been factors to my enjoyment of them. This time I've only been listening to the audio while I've been doing things around here in the house, and that has worked really well. Well, today I went for a short walk while I was listening to it. I think it was only like 20 minutes. A 20-minute walk, and then I've been doing some other things, so I think I might actually only have been listening to like 40 minutes total today, and not an hour, as I said, because I think I went for a walk at 10 minutes to 9, and I definitely haven't been listening to the audio for half an hour or something. So, but anyway, otherwise I haven't been reading anything, but I picked up Full Metal Alchemist Volume 4 with me, so hopefully I'll get a few pages in of this before I fall asleep, because I am really tired, so I'm probably not gonna get a lot read, but can I just get like 10 pages of it? That's fine. I've heard that it's a really good thing for you to read before you go to sleep, just because you get your mind on something else than just all of your troubles from the day, and you don't scroll through endless posts on your social media, and you'll have a more restless free sleep. I don't know if it's true, but if it is, then fine, and I can read like 5 to 10 minutes before bed anyway. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna sleep. Hopefully a little better than yesterday, but it is really hot everywhere, and I can't get it completely chilled in here. I know I have my ceiling fan up there, but it's really noisy, so it both bothers me, but it also bothers the person who lives above, in the apartment above, and I don't want to be bothered like that. And maybe I could turn it on like for an hour or so before I go to bed, but I don't think it will help anything, because just whisper around this hot air anyway. It's not like it's chilling anything,
So, but this was my outfit now. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's a short day at work, and then it's the weekend, and it's nice. And hopefully I'll get some things finished over the weekend. It's also supposed to be really nice weather over the weekend, so I don't know what to do about that. I probably will go to my parents and spend the majority of my time there so I can enjoy the outdoors. It's a nice way of reading, and it's a nice way of relaxing, and it's, if I can sit in the shade, it's not gonna be as bad as being inside. So that's my intentions, at least. Hello friends, it is now Friday evening to be more precise. It is 10:20 p.m. I just came home from my parents. I've been there all night, evening, not all day, all evening. I was there, we had a barbecue, which was nice, and I had a gin and tonic, which was nice. My dad got a sort of a special gin and tonic for his 60th birthday, and we just wanted to try it out with some special tonic waters too. So that was amazing. I love gin and tonics. It's like my favorite drink. So that was nice. And other than that, we've just been more or less just sitting outside because it's a little more chill. But I was thinking, since it's almost 10:30 and I need to upload a video, I wanted to get home. I have been reading a little bit in Morganville. I have read up to page 114, so I think I was in 7.2 before. So I've read close to 50 pages. It's not a lot, but it's better than I've been reading for the past couple of days. But I was sitting outside and enjoying the nice weather. So while I was waiting for food. So that was nice. Even though my parents are the worst when I'm reading, because they always ask me stuff as I'm reading, like talking to me, expecting me to answer. And sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating, but on the other hand, I'm there at their place, so I should not feel too annoyed about it. But the thing is, I don't have a garden myself, so I can't just sit outside and read other places. So, yeah. But I did get 50 pages in, so that's better than nothing. Other than that, I have listened to an hour of Magnus Chase today. Now I'm probably 15 minutes. I didn't listen to anything at work, so it was only my drive to and from work and from my drive to my parents. On the way home here, I listened to music. For some reason, when I go at this point, I just listen to the music, and sometimes I'm just in the mood to listen to music. So, and I managed to listen to 2.5 songs, or 2.25 songs, and one was a pop song. And sometimes it's just funny, just sitting in your car and sing. It makes things a lot more funny. I don't know what to do right now. I'm going to be uploading my Friday Reads video, and then I might dip into this again. I literally only read the first page or so I didn't even mark it yesterday because, yeah. Remember when I said that I was probably only going to read like 5 pages? I think I read like 1 or 2, and I don't remember what I read. So it was pretty fast after I went to bed, and we'll see if I get in something in today. I'm pretty awake right now. But it's only because it's still pretty light outside, considering the time is almost 10:30 and it's not completely dark. That's the joy of the summers here. I like these long evenings. Anyway, this was not a longer update than necessary. I will update you tomorrow on my doings. I'm probably gonna go for a mountain bike ride with my dad at 10, like I did last weekend. At least I said that I would. So unless something really, like, if I feel really terrible from the morning, I think I'm gonna go for a mountain bike ride. It was nice last time, and it's a good kind of workout. It gives you a lot of fresh air, and it's different than just running, and obviously it takes a little longer to get anywhere, but because of the way that you're riding a mountain bike, it's a lot of high speed all the time. and so you're always on lower gears and with a lot of spins, and so you don't have to ride for as long as if you were on a normal bike. So I don't know how our route will be tomorrow, but we'll see about that. Hello friends, it is now Saturday. I just came back from my mountain bike ride with my dad. It took an hour or something. Let's see, what did it say? It does says that it's a record for all of the things, but I usually only wear this watch when I'm running, so obviously I'll be fast on my bike. It would be very surprising if I wasn't, although it's not that much faster because sometimes you have these up and down hill and you don't go very fast when you're like on the way up. But the medium speed per kilometer is 3.54 minutes, as you can see, if you can tell. So I was riding for an hour and 8 minutes, and we drove 18 kilometers, almost 17 and a half kilometers, and I burned almost 800 calories. So it is a good way to start the day. But I am so hot because it's already boiling outside, so I'm happy we were on the mountain bikes, we were in the woods. But now, look at my trusted companion today. Let's see. There was a time out there where I was feeling like my breakfast was getting up again. That was really a rough moment. There was a really high percentage uphill streak, and I felt like I didn't get anywhere, and it was just so long. It was in the military area we have in the city, and it's filled with has a pretty big forest surrounding it with a lot of trails and stuff. And the only reason I didn't jump off the bike halfway up this hill was because there was people walking alongside me, and it would be I would feel a little bad about stopping because I don't want people to see my weakness. So instead I just trudged on through, even though I probably shouldn't have. But now I know I can do it, so maybe next time I can do it better. Also, today is our Crown Prince's birthday. He's turning 50. So there's a lot of shebangs about that, and I'm pretty sure he would think this was a great way to start the day because he's quite the sportsman. Now I need a shower, and then I think I may go down to the city. I really like a nice coffee today. I haven't had one in a couple of weeks, and I feel like since I took this mountain bike ride, I could definitely fit that into my food today. And we'll see what I get read. I think I'm gonna listen to an audiobook. I also have to do some stuff here at home, like do the dishes, clean the kitchen, do some laundry. But I also just want to be outside when it's like this. I'm talking too much. I'll see you later. Hello. It is now close to midnight on Saturday, and I finished Full Metal Alchemist Volume 4 today. It is just a lovely series, and I'd almost forgotten how much I enjoyed it, so I'm really happy I was back in that world. And it was a really interesting story, and I'm interested in seeing how it will transpire in the next couple of volumes, because it definitely left off a bit cliffhanger. However, I'm very excited to read on in that. So, yeah. Otherwise, I spent the evening watching the celebration of our crown prince. I am a royalist when it comes to the Danish royal house, for sure. I'm a royalist, and it's easy to feel like a royalist when you live in Denmark, because we have, I honestly think that we have the best royal family in the world. They're so down to earth on many ways, even though they're still having this mysterious ness to them, which is important.
but you can tell that they're not they're themselves, their family, and all of that. And it ended up with our crown princess delivering possibly the best speech I've ever heard from any royals, and it was so well done. And we didn't know that she was so going to be speaking. We've been guessing on it, but we didn't know who was going to be the third speaker. Only that the Queen and our Prime Minister was going to do it, so that was really funny. And it was a very personal speech, so that was really, really funny. And she was so humorous and witty and all of that, so it was really a really great speech. And it's also the first time we've ever heard our Crown Princess speak at official functions. Otherwise, it's only been like at things that she's a protector for, like women rights and all of that stuff when she's out on her jobs. But at these state dinners and stuff, she's never been doing any speeches or anything. So that was really a fun thing to see. Otherwise, I haven't really been reading a lot. I've been listening to the last part of Magnus Chase and the Ship of the Dead, and it's a bit of a, I don't know, meh ending. I don't know if it's just me figuring out that a lot of his things that he's writing, Rick Riordan, is the same a lot, and this time he just didn't have the side characters to make this series stronger, and especially not this final. And I think also because I've been reading some other Norse mythology related books that I definitely saw the differences. But I think I am on a 3 to a 3.5 stars for this. I'm not sure. I'll have to sit on it a little bit. Because there are definitely also moments where I really enjoyed it and found it pretty entertaining. But yeah. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to finish Waking Gods and possibly start on Moving Pictures. I think I said in my Friday reads that I was sure I was going to be finishing it, but since I ended up not reading a whole lot today, I don't think that I will, and I also need to film something tomorrow, so I'll head to bed. See you tomorrow for the last and final day of Borrowathon. Hi guys, so it's the last and final day of Borrowathon, and I've been working a little bit on Song of Achilles today. I'm really proud of that. I'm on page 262 or 263, I forgot. And it's about 340 pages, so I have about 80 pages left. I might be able to finish it, but right now I'm going to be watching some more royal stuff, but this time it's actually a concert with all sorts of artists, so I may watch that. For the most part, we'll see. Depends on who's playing. I have a very specific music taste. Anyway, otherwise I've been listening to some part of Waking Gods today. I haven't finished it, so I don't know if I will, but we'll see. Maybe I will after this concert thing. I don't know how long it's going to take. But right now I'm ready to watch this thing, and I'll let you know how I've been doing this week afterwards. I think if I remember it. Otherwise I'll try and do it tomorrow. But yeah, update for now. Also, do you know that feeling when you've had your hair up in a dew that you're not used to and it hurts? Because it was like in a different position than usual. Anyway, that's how I'm feeling right now, and yeah. I just realized I didn't ever do an update on Sunday evening as per usual. I didn't finish anything else in time for Borrowathon, but I did read a little bit in one. So what I ended up finishing over Borrowathon was my graphic novel omnibus of the first 3 volumes of Valhalla. I read all of Full Metal Alchemist, volume 4. Then I read 115 pages of Capricorpus, which was actually getting interesting. And I think I read about 50 or 60 pages in Song of Achilles. And finally, I listened to the final part of Our Dark Duet, and all of The Ship of the Dead, and the majority of Waking God. So I feel like overall I did pretty well. I didn't read a lot of physical books because I have had zero concentration for that. But so graphic novels and my audios was what worked for me. And so hopefully I'll be able to have a final stat over here by the end, so that you can see how many pages that equals to. And yeah, I had a lot of fun participating in Borrowathon. For some reason, I'm not sure if there was any sprint sessions while I was on Twitter. I know there's the scheduled sprints were on times when I was asleep. All of the days, also the live shows. So I wasn't able to participate in those, which was a little sad. But I think that I did see that there were some sprints going on randomly from time to time, but I was a little late in discovering those things, so it was always after a sprint session was over. So yeah, but otherwise I feel like I did okay with my reading all in all, and I'm very much looking forward to the next one. So this was my final update. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye bye!